Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. If you've been keeping an eye on the Greater Toronto Area real estate market, you already know the landscape is actively shifting. Today, we're taking a look at the highly anticipated GTA real estate market report and checking out the outlook for the second half of 2026. We're going to take all that complex data and distill it down into clear, actionable insights so you can see exactly where the market is heading. Let's get right into it. Now, to figure out where we're going in the second half of the year, we kind of need to look at our baseline. The GTA market didn't just stumble into late 2026, it actively gained some serious muscle throughout the first 6 months. The data confirms a very definitive upswing here, and it's driven by two vital factors: improving sales and surging market confidence. Basically, the gears of the market are turning smoothly again. Buyers are finally stepping off the sidelines, sellers are engaging, and that foundational trust in real estate, well, it's totally back. It's a massive momentum shift, and it absolutely warrants your close attention if you're evaluating your next move. Okay, let's dive into this. When we strip away all the noise and the rumors you might be hearing in the news, we can look at the actual reality on the ground. These official 2026 market highlights come straight from a recent report prepared by Manpreet Chauhan, and they really form the foundational pillars of this current resurgence. It's clear, it's concise, and it perfectly sets the stage for the strategic environment we're living in right now. The real story here is how these four key factors interact with each other to create our current environment. First off, buyer confidence is actively improving. People actually believe in the market's stability again, which is huge. But because inventory is beautifully balanced right now, we aren't seeing that chaotic, one-sided market where either buyers or sellers hold all the leverage. It is a much more level playing field today. Add in the fact that borrowing costs have finally stabilized, meaning those wild rate fluctuations are behind us, and people can actually plan their finances with some real certainty. When you combine predictable costs with a balanced supply, this totally unique window opens up, specifically for first-time buyers. It's just a rare alignment of conditions that's helping new entrants finally get a strategic foothold. So you might be asking yourself, with all this renewed confidence, where exactly is the action concentrated? Well, the data points to a very clear regional focus. The primary engines driving this resurgence are the big urban hubs: Toronto, Mississauga, and Hamilton. But those are perfectly balanced by the rapidly expanding communities out in Brampton, Caledon, and Milton. These 6 areas are literally where the demand is crystallizing for the second half of 2026. Whether you're drawn to that dense, fast-paced city appeal or you're looking for growing suburban networks, these are your geographic epicenters of opportunity right now. But here is the crucial point. Understanding all this macro-level data, the hot regions, the stable costs, the balanced inventory, that's really only half the battle. Having the data without a strategy is a bit like having a high-performance sports car with no steering wheel. I mean, you've got a lot of potential energy there, but you're probably going to crash. You need a way to translate this favorable environment into a closed deal on a property you actually want. So how do you navigate a competitive yet balanced market without getting overwhelmed? What is the actual key to success for the everyday buyer or seller? Translating this whole environment into a successful deal comes down to a strict, non-negotiable, 3-step strategy that's outlined in the report. Step 1, preparation. You absolutely cannot enter this market on a whim. You need to know exactly what you want, establish a firm timeline, and get all your documents in pristine order. Step 2, pre-approval. With borrowing costs stable, locking in your financial pre-approval is your absolute strongest leverage point. It instantly proves to sellers that you're serious, and it gives you a definitive ironclad budget. And finally, step 3, expert guidance. Look, a balanced market requires highly skilled negotiation and really deep local knowledge. You absolutely need a professional in your corner to help you navigate the complex nuances of those hot regions we just talked about. If you master these 3 sequential steps, you're actively leveraging the current market to your advantage. By the way, the insights and the strategic playbook we've been unpacking today are drawn directly from a market report by Manpreet Chauhan, a realtor with Royal Canadian Realty. For anyone looking to review the primary source material, or if you're seeking that specific expert guidance we just mentioned in Step 3, all the contact and website details are right here. Having a clear understanding of where your data comes from is honestly just as important as the strategy itself when you're transitioning from simply understanding the market to actually executing a transaction. So we've seen the core shift, right? A beautifully balanced inventory, stabilized costs, and a clear 3-step strategy for navigating the most active regions in the GTA. The landscape for the second half of 2026 is uniquely primed, particularly if you're looking to enter the market for the very first time. The window of opportunity is definitely open. So with this strategy in hand and the market balanced right in front of you, are you prepared to make your move? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.